I'm about to say something that might make a lot of people angry, but I've been thinking about this for weeks, and I can't shake it. I don't think Po was the real Dragon Warrior.
What?
Now wait, before you close this video. I'm not hating on Po, I love Po. But just think about this with me for a second. When Oogway pointed at Po and called him the Dragon Warrior, what exactly made him worthy of that title? He had no training, no skills, no discipline. He couldn't do a single push-up. He made noodles for a living. The Furious Five laughed at him. Shifu didn't want him. Literally, the only reason he was there was because some fireworks launched him over a wall. And we're supposed to believe that was the chosen one? Because here's what bugs me. The Kung Fu Panda universe already had characters who were everything the Dragon Warrior was supposed to be. Warriors who trained their whole lives. Masters who dedicated everything to Kung Fu. Fighters who had the skill, and the heart, and the wisdom. And Oogway passed over all of them for a panda who didn't even know what the whooshy fingerhold was. So today, I want to break down who actually had the qualities of the Dragon Warrior. Because when you look at each character individually, you realize something that completely changes how you see the entire franchise. And honestly, the answer surprised even me. Okay, so what is the Dragon Warrior supposed to be? Like, what are the actual qualities? The franchise gives us a few clues across all 4 movies. The Dragon Warrior needs incredible Kung Fu skill. The Dragon Warrior needs mental toughness and discipline. The Dragon Warrior needs inner peace. The Dragon Warrior needs the ability to lead and inspire. And the Dragon Warrior needs a pure heart, skill, discipline, peace, leadership, heart, 5 qualities. And here's what I realized when I mapped these onto the actual characters. No single character has all 5. Not even Po. Let's start with the most obvious one. Tai Lung. If the Dragon Warrior was purely about skill, Tai Lung wins, and it's not even close. The movie literally tells us he was the most talented student the Jade Palace ever produced. Ever. In its entire history. He mastered every technique, every form. He was a prodigy in every sense of the word. And you know what? His discipline was insane too. He trained from childhood until his body was a weapon. He never took breaks. He never slacked off. The dude was locked in 24/7, skill and discipline. Tai Lung had both at levels nobody else in the franchise could touch. 2 out of 5 Dragon Warrior qualities. But he was missing the other 3. No inner peace. No real leadership beyond fear. And definitely no pure heart. At least not by the time we meet him. His heart was corrupted by Shifu's broken promises. So Tai Lung was 2/5 of the Dragon Warrior, the most skilled 2/5, but not complete. Now Tigress. And I know I've talked about her before, but this is a different angle, so stay with me. If Tai Lung had the skill and discipline, Tigress had something he never did. Mental toughness and heart. Go back and look at what Tigress actually does across the franchise. Not her backstory, her actions. In Kung Fu Panda 2, when Po is struggling with his past, when he's falling apart because he just found out about his real parents and Shen and the Panda village, who is the one who holds him together? Tigress. She literally stands between Po and danger. She takes a cannon blast meant for him. She puts her body between him and death. Not because she was ordered to, because she cared about him. And she does this for the same guy who took the title she deserved. Think about how much heart that takes. To protect the person who got what should have been yours. That's not just heart. That's the kind of selflessness that the Dragon Warrior is supposed to represent. Discipline, heart, mental toughness, leadership of the Furious Five. Tigress had 4 out of 5 qualities. Honestly, more than Po had when he was chosen. The only thing she was missing was inner peace. And honestly, who can blame her? She never had a moment of peace in her entire life. Then there's Shifu. And nobody ever talks about Shifu in this conversation, but they should. Shifu had wisdom. Deep wisdom that took decades to develop. He understood Kung Fu at a level that even the Furious Five couldn't reach. He could teach any technique, analyze any fighting style, develop any warrior. And by Kung Fu Panda 2, he had finally found inner peace. The same inner peace that the Dragon Warrior needs. It took him losing Tai Lung, failing Tigress, and watching Po grow to finally get there. But he got there. Wisdom and inner peace. Two critical Dragon Warrior qualities that Tai Lung never had, and Tigress never got the chance to develop. And finally, Oogway himself, the Grand Master, the one who created the concept of the Dragon Warrior. Oogway had vision. He could see things nobody else could see. He understood the universe at a level beyond any other character. He had inner peace before anyone else even knew what it was. But even Oogway wasn't the Dragon Warrior, because Oogway was a planner, not a fighter. He could see the path, but he needed someone else to walk it. So, let's add this up. Tai Lung, skill and discipline. Tigress, heart, toughness, discipline, leadership. Then there's Shifu, wisdom and inner peace. Oogway, vision and spiritual depth. 4 characters, each carrying pieces of what the Dragon Warrior was supposed to be, but none of them complete on their own. And now we get to Po, and this is where everything clicks. When Po showed up at the Jade Palace, he had nothing. 0 out of 5 qualities. He was literally the least qualified person in the entire valley. But look at what happened over the course of 4 movies. He fought Tai Lung and learned what true skill and determination looks like. He trained under Shifu and absorbed decades of wisdom that Shifu had spent his whole life building. He fought alongside Tigress and learned what real heart and selflessness means. He meditated on Oogway's words and slowly developed the inner peace and vision that Oogway carried. Do you see what happened? Po didn't have the Dragon Warrior qualities himself. He absorbed them from every character around him. He took the best pieces from each of them and combined them into something none of them could be alone. Tai Lung's determination, but without the ego. Tigress's heart, but with the ability to let go. Shifu's wisdom, but with humility. Oogway's vision, but with the courage to act on it. And the one thing Po added that nobody else had? The ability to learn from anyone, to see the best in people, to take a piece of everyone he met and carry it with him. That's why the Dragon Scroll was blank, because the Dragon Warrior was never about one person being special. It was about one person being open enough to carry the best of everyone inside them. And that is why Oogway chose Po. Not because Po was the best, because Po was the only one who could hold all the pieces together. The Dragon Warrior was never just Po. It was Tai Lung's skill, Tigress's heart, Shifu's wisdom, and Oogway's vision, all living inside one clumsy panda who had the humility to learn from every single one of them. And honestly, now that I see it this way, maybe Oogway wasn't wrong after all. Maybe he was the only one who understood that the Dragon Warrior was never supposed to be one person. It was always supposed to be all of them. But I want to know what you think. Was Po the right choice because he could carry everyone's strengths? Or did Tigress or Tai Lung still deserve it more? And which character do you think contributed the most to making Po the Dragon Warrior? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want more from the Valley of Peace, hit that bell because we are going deeper. See you in the next one.